Hello everyone, and welcome back to the crafting table. A couple years ago, I put together a Commodore 64X computer and a craft room, and I never really did a follow-up as to how well this whole thing works. Obviously I've been using it for a while, I've been using it for streaming, I've used it to put together Pokeballs, and be able to stream by having a camera here and a camera on top of the monitor looking my way. Now we're going to be using the main camera up here for me to talk to, but I decided just to kind of help show how this comes together, we're going to have a special build today where we are putting together a Lego Commodore 64. Let's get to it. Okay, I actually don't have a intro slide, so I guess I'll have to figure something out. Maybe rip it from the old one. Anyway, this is the My First Computer Adore Edition, and this is not an official Lego product. This is done by Chris McVeigh, or PowerPig Productions, and he does a lot of different Lego builds. What he does is that he sends out a custom package, and he has the building guides on his own site. So what I've brought up on my monitor over here is that number one, I'm monitoring this so that hopefully it all shows up in the right spot. I am going to have to color correct that. There we go. And I've got the PDF build guide for this. So this is not going to be sped up or anything, I think. I think we're just going to do this real time. We're going to kind of relax and do this. I found out about Chris McVeigh and PowerPig builds and all that through Lazy Game Reviews. That guy is great. He's awesome. He did a build of the IBM personal computer over on his channel. It's fantastic. Check it out. There is an eye right here next to my head that probably covered up my face just a little bit. That should link to there if I remembered. Hopefully it's in the description. If it's in neither of those places, please tell me, because Lazy Game Reviews is a fantastic channel to subscribe to, and I love what he does. Anyway, let's get to it. We're opening up the box. I've got a little invoice there. Cover up my address. But My First Computer Adore Edition 3.0, so he will do like different versions as it goes through. This one is, he has a scale that he does a lot of stuff in. The 2.0 is a smaller scale, 3.0 is back to a larger scale and more detail on the keyboard and perhaps other stuff. Thank you, your support is greatly appreciated. Please note that almost all building kits include extra parts as a precaution against the loss of small items. Oh, it's like he knows me. My First Computer Adore Edition. We have a single, oof. Did not like the... We have auto exposure on that camera there because the computer is good, but you will notice that it's 15 frames a second instead of a smooth 30. I could probably do 30 if it's just this, but whatever. I just noticed it runs smoother when I've got two cameras and a simple overlay going to run it at 15. I'm going to open this up. My First Computer Adore Edition. Get the building guide at chrismcveigh.com. We've done that. I've got that up right over here. So I had a Commodore when I was younger, but I never did any builds of it. So if you check the Lazy Game Reviews build of the IBM PC, he's able to identify everything that's on the inside and be like, oh my gosh, this is a disk drive and everything like that. We're not going to get that so much today. We're just going to have fun putting together a small, highly detailed Lego model. Is this the bag? Oh, fold it over like that. Alright, cool. I always hate having a sticker coming out, so I'm just kind of... Cool. Yeah, so one bag with all of our components. A lot of gray, a lot of green that's going to be boards on the inside, and a little bit of color that I think is just going to be some decoration on it itself. So, I am not going to go through and confirm that I have all the pieces, but in the build guide it shows all of the pieces that you need for this. In fact, if you want, you can always just build the computer on your own. You do not need to order the kit from PowerPig. This was about $50, all prepackaged like that. If you have a ton of bricks and want to try this at your own, see if you have that, or if you want to buy your bricks piece by piece, you can do that as well. But we're going to dive into this. So we're going to start with a 4x8. That's this guy. This is going to be, I think this is what we're going to be making everything out of. Okay, this piece says that already it's bigger than I would have anticipated. Like, looking at pictures of it, it looks like it's going to be teeny tiny, and it's not going to be overly large, but this is already wider than I would have expected it to be, so that's enheartening. So we got that, and then we have, gotta keep these up and over here. You have two like platforms that are lower on one side. Oh no, they are not. They are two of these side by side. Things not adding up. You may have an earlier version of My First Computer Door Edition. You'll find the correct guide in the archives. Okay, good to know. But yeah, we're going to need 4 of these pieces and just set them to the sides like that. I'm obviously going for full drama with today's lighting. I like to have fun with the lighting, and we've got this highlighted, we got me, we got the computer. I'm having fun. Is the full drama necessary? No. But whatever. A couple of these slim 2x4s just to hold those in place. Audio right now is coming off of, well, unless I change my mind, but at this moment at least, it's coming off of this camera right here, and that's what I do with streaming. So that allows me to have my voice nice and close to the camera, it's not getting the room tone from farther away, and it lets me get in and do things like this with the listener. Yay. Just being silly. Let's see, we have a bunch of these. Let's see, I have 2 of these. Oop. Alright, let's pull out some pieces. First, 2 of those, 2 of those, and we got a couple square ones still. Nope, that's a single one like this, because I don't see any 2x2s, so this drops in. So it's interesting that there's going to be a lot of detail on the inside that ultimately won't be seen in the final build. But as someone who just recently put together a computer again, that's kind of building PCs. Is, you know, your let's say your cable management, nobody's going to see it, but you know it's there. A lot of the time, if you have like glowy things, I don't have a huge window on the side of my PC. Shocker, I know. Instead I have a huge 200mm fan and a small window. But it means that there are some things in there that are cool looking, but only I know they're there, and that's okay. So this is kind of like that, in that we've got these pieces. Oh, what are these? We've got like little ingots. And the camera is only focusing so well. But hopefully you can kind of see that. I think it's also recording at 720, so there's that. I think I'm using a bunch of those ingots right here. Yep. I'm going to use 4 of these. Alright, one goes across these kind of centered ones over here, which is neat. Gosh, I hope I can pull that back in color correction. It's looking really bland right now. You know, it doesn't really matter which way these things face, but I am going to have them all face the same way, because, like, you know, the Lego logo is on one side of them. These are official Lego pieces. Again, this is just not an official Lego kit, a Lego build. And now we've got some of these clear grading pieces. We need 1, 2 lots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, phone, don't be sitting on that. Sit on the bubble wrap so that when you buzz, it's not going to go through the entire table. Great, cool, thanks. Alright, these don't have an orientation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set them there as we're grabbing them. 5, 6. Here we go. We said 6, right? Yeah. So these fill in a lot of space around here. 2, for... This building guide is really well put together. It looks super official. It's got like nice vibrant colors that makes me look at this and go, again, on the camera, but should be able to bring that out a bit. Oh, we've got what looks like a medicine tablet. Oh, I missed two more of the great things. Hold on, two more of these go over on the side here. One. Two. And what looks like a medicine tablet is actually two little half-circle things. Yeah, that looks like I'm gonna take one for back pain or something. But those go right here. And in fitting into each other, they kind of straighten out. Not really. I put one on crooked, expecting it would straighten out when the other one would go on, and not entirely the case. Alright, that looks good. Ish. Enough. Good enough. Now we have some light gray 2x1 pieces, and they go 1, 2, 3. I talk about being obsessive as far as which way the Lego is facing on the ingots, but I didn't do that on the on the posts, and clearly that is a problem for past OCD me to worry about, because I'm not gonna spare another thought for it. We've got some flat gray caps that go on top of this. They're flat, right? Not curved, because I have a bunch of curved. Nope, here's a flat one. That goes here. Here's another flat one that goes here. And it looks like we're setting up some sort of a hinge, because we've got two pieces like this that are going to kind of grab onto something. I don't know if it's going to be an operating hinge or if that's just going to be something for as we are constructing. Boom. There we go. Well, that fits in nicely. That's looking pretty good right there. Now we're going to take something that attaches to the hinge. This has a little post, and to it we're going to attach I have some dark gray pegs here. I don't know if they're the right ones. Let me scroll up, make sure I don't have pegs of other colors. That's where the part list comes in handy. Nope, silver metallic 1x1 rounds. Nope, that's it. Alright, cool. So let's see, we get back here. It says we need 2. Of course I see an extra because so generously provided with extras in the event of the inevitable loss of Lego pieces. Okay. Looking for another one of these hingy thingies. There it is. Hiding under a bunch of stuff. So they attach like that, and then the next thing says swing them down, but do not, repeat, do not pop them into, they actually won't pop in. They will actually not attach to the peg underneath. So that is probably going to start giving us a build surface for the keyboard, which is going to be up at an angle. That's neat. Okay, can we focus? Alright, cool. Yeah, great job. Okay. I have a webcam controller here. Can I? Manually focus this. Okay, so I guess I'll try to show this again, but you can see that that's coming up at an angle. Maybe the light's better for this way. Yeah, there we go. We'll just cut there. So they don't lock in. They're going to stay at an angle, and that is probably the angle that our keyboard is going to attach at. Okay, so now that that is set, we are going to set that aside. And we're going to take one of these. Let's just count the pegs, though I don't think we're going to have much of an issue with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, plus 1, plus an additional 1 by 1 peg. Here we go. 13. And so I've decided to start manually focusing the camera. There's a bit of a hidden cut there that nobody saw because it was frustrating me. So now that's something else to keep an eye on. Great. We've got some... Oh, I'm going to need that next step. Set that aside. But we've got... Here we go. These little things that look like a little bench. You're going to need 3 of those. There's 1. There's 2. There's a second one of those. We're going to need that. And here's a third bench. Cool. I almost would have preferred that this was split into 2 smaller bags. I put together an official Lego set recently, and while it was quite a bit larger than this in the end, it still was split up into, I think, like 5 bags. So you would do everything from bag 1, then everything from bag 2, and so on. It does help to keep things organized. I am not the kind of person that is going to take a Lego set and separate all of the bricks first. Just that is not my style, and maybe that's anarchy, but so be it. Let's get this a little closer, actually. There we go. I like that. That's better. I'm used to doing a top-down perler bead kind of thing. I will go in at an angle like this, but these are smaller, more detailed pieces, so I think this looks better. Back over here. So we had a 3 and a 2 right there, and we're going to cap that with not a 3 and a 2, but a 4 and another 1 by 1 of light gray. Kind of getting some banding texture in here. Okay, where are you? This is where I maybe should do that organization for. There we go, a little 1 by 1 right there. So attach the 4 by 1 and the 1 right there. And now we get one of these flat guys that's been looking me in the face. He sits right there. And a couple of... What? I'm not sure which ones to use. I think I'm using the 1 by 1 rounds rather than these little post thingies. They look a little off black, but we'll go for it. Let me see if they look like that in the part list. Yeah, they do. 1 by 1 round with a through hole, which is not what I'm used to. I'm used to them just being capped, kind of like these silver ones over here. So, okay, cool. So these with the through hole go in right here, right here. Maybe we should square this up a little bit. There we go. It's the trouble with 1 by 1 is it will do whatever it dang well pleases. Do that. It's looking pretty cool so far. Now that flips, and underneath we're going to be adding some stuff. Looks like we're going to get something to help secure this little like one piece over here. And we've got some dark gray. We've got a 3 and a 2 and a 1 and another 2. Alright, cool. Yeah, as soon as we fix 1, then we are adding another. Great, cool. Separated by 2, yep, just like that. That goes there, and separated by 1, we drop in this right there. Oh, okay. Ooh. We're gonna start putting things together in a moment. Okay. I looked ahead just a little bit. Alright, we need 4 of these little pieces with a little grabby claw. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's interesting. We have like one bit of overhang on here when we put it together with 12 plus 1 for additional overhang. Also, this looks a little bent, a little flexed, but maybe when we attach it, which we are going to do now, we have these 2 pieces like that, and they're going to attach right like so. Hey, that was cool. That was cool. I just lost that camera. Let me restart OBS. That's really annoying when I have to stream. The computer will sometimes just drop connection from my webcams because I not only have to exit OBS, but exiting OBS means I have to kill the stream and restart it. That doesn't always happen. That's probably going to happen more often now that it happened once. Alright, got that running again, and let's synchronize. Good. Okay, so now we've attached this on top. Looking very nice. Hey, cool, my webcam controller stopped working. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So my manual focus just went out the door, and it's not gonna autofocus for me anymore. You know what? If I'm not even using the other webcam, I'm gonna detach it right now. Maybe that'll get less confusing for it. Because the problem is that I have 2 identical webcams on this machine right now. So sometimes, when I tell it to do something with the Logitech HD C615, it has no idea what to do. So it starts going with the wrong one. Or just can't figure it out. So eventually I need to replace one of the C615s over here with just like a 920 or something, just so it has different hardware identifiers, because it can't figure it out. Okay, and hopefully that'll keep it from disconnecting again. But we're good? We're good. Okay, so that is attached, and a little bit of rolling shutter. A little bit of rolling shutter never hurt anybody except my own sanity. Alright, cool. We're back to working with some green pieces again. So we've got 3 assemblies that we're going to be putting together. So let's make some room. 1, 2, 3. On this one, we're setting up a gray 2x1 with a single central post. and one of these black guys with a little post. Cool. On this one, we are doing a 2x1 with 2 posts and 2 little black posts. Considering I'm looking across here and I see 1, 2, and 1, I bet we're setting up... Oh, I would have been wrong. We're adding a little piece on the side here. It's interesting that he did the construction with like a 13, I almost said 13 pixel wide, 13 post wide, everything. Because everything is just slightly off center, but I'm sure it will make sense when it all comes together. Oh, and that should have been with a central single post. One of these. There we go. I have a Lego brick remover tool somewhere, but if I don't have to go get it, then that's preferable. And we're going to attach this little post. So now these 3 kind of sit on top of a shelf. Yes, like this makes a little shelf right here. They're going to sit on top of that and just pop right in. That's satisfying the way these just kind of fit in. And like that doesn't line up with the brick patterns at all, which... Oh. What did I do wrong? That one doesn't quite fit. Yes, it does. Oh, yes. Yeah, because it doesn't have the thing down there. It goes around and sits on top like that. It just kind of wedges in. Very nice. That's cool. That's cool. Set that aside again. Now we're taking one of these nice big long ones. Let's do a post count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. 4, 8, 12, 16. Cool. And we're taking a full height 1x1 and dropping it on post number 3. And now all of these, I like these pieces because on one side they have horizontal lines, on the other they have vertical, so you're able to make the pattern that you want. And what it is dictating is we're doing horizontal side forward, or since I'm laying it down, up. How many of these pieces in total? 6, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I know what this is making. Oh, horizontal. I think that this is going to make our top front. I looked at the build guide before I ordered the thing to make sure it would be fun or whatever, but not since ordering have I looked at it. But this, right along the top right here, oh, that sticker's kind of coming up. Right along the top here, there's these cooling vents. And I think that that's what these are supposed to be. Oh yeah, absolutely. This goes up top. This goes up top. This is where it says Commodore. Now we're going to make a little rainbow by taking a red piece and a yellow piece and a blue piece. These little pieces of color right here. Going 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a nice little pop. I like that. And then we're getting this little orange claw thing, but we're not using the claw at all. We're attaching that to this gray piece right here. And it goes forward like that, pokes out like so. And it's our power button. Oop. That's what I pushed at the beginning of the video. Awesome. Okay. And now we're going to get some roundness up top. We've got a bunch of these pieces. I guess this is going to go all the way across. We got 8 of them. And the forward lip like that is going to attach right here. See, the nice thing is, aside from the two outside ones, that these are holding those bricks together nicely too. Come on, I know there's more of you. What? There. Like, I'm starting to doubt things. Did I already put it on somewhere? Set these round pieces up there. We're gonna need those soonish, I think, if we're building the back onto this thing. Although maybe those are the front. Okay, not cool, guy. Where are you? I see a flat one. Am I missing a piece? Should I have... Nope! There we go! Cool. So when I originally, finally went around to order this, I looked at the LGR video and I was like, oh, is there anything, for me? Because I don't think I really had an IBM PC. I did have a Commodore when I was younger, so I was like, oh, that's neat. Behind the curtain. And also, I guess it technically says this should be vertical. That might come in handy when it's time to drop that in place, however it goes. Oh, we still have some bits to build onto there. Very nice. So I looked, and oh, yeah, there was this. Well, I'll get around to ordering it eventually. And when I was finally going to do so, it wasn't showing up on the site. So I sent a message on Twitter, and he said, oh, we're doing inventory of parts. It should be back up for pre-order again soon. So I pre-ordered it about a month and a half ago, and it showed up today. A little earlier than it said it would, which is nice. It does ship from Canada, so I guess there's a delivery estimate, and it just didn't take as long at customs as they were expecting, I suppose. Alright, we're going to set that to the side as well. And get a 3 and a 2. And we're going to get a comparatively plain 2x2 Lego block, although I don't see anywhere in this set is the 2x4 stereotypical block, but still, that's on top. And then a 2x1 with posts, and a 2x1 without posts. There we go. Oh, this is towering. This is boom. Keep adding. Great, cool. 1x1 no post. For some reason, I'm calling to mind the image of a Sega Genesis with every single attachment it has, just doom, 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 with 32X and all that stuff. Tilt it back, it goes boom. Now we are building another module. So I'm not a connoisseur of Lego builds by any means, but I've watched a few builds of Chris McVeigh stuff as well as some other things, and I have come to appreciate the post not on top, stud not on top, snot, building methods, and sure enough, like, okay, so there's post up going towards the back, and then there's going to be post up. I think this attaches like that. I'm not sure. We're not there yet. We've got with the vents on the front like that, and a smaller, yeah, just a little diagonal buddy going back here. And this, like that. Yeah. And then that attaches onto that 3 piece right there. Although again, that just comes off like that. So hopefully we'll get that reinforced. Yes, we will, because that immediately slides in right here. Boom. That's interesting. That's like an interesting detail inside. I don't know if that's something that's meant to be detail or just, no, that's the shaped piece that he needed. Looks like we're putting together another little module, so we'll set this back up over here. can kind of see a shape taking shape. You heard what I said. Let's see here. A black, not ingot, 2x1. There we go. A lot of ingots. I think that's our keyboard piece. There's another 2x1 and then a... Oh, nope. Okay, cool. That is an attached piece. So that's 2x1, which then right angle to 4x1. And this goes like that. Cool. Flat piece on the top. One of these 2x1 taller pieces right here. Change our orientation. And it slides in like that. Now that whole buddy drops on top like that. Oh. No. Yes. Yes, right like that. So we have that bit sticking out. Normal looking 2x2. But that doesn't quite reach all the way up. Interesting. Plastic bags, I keep trying to move my arm around. Got a flat topped, no stud. Boom. Tilt again. Oh, so this is going to mirror what the other side did. So now we have another one of these with the posts out. Take another 2x1 like that, going forward. Another one of these here. Sorry, looking ahead. Let's get this diagonal on back here. So instead of me saying wow, looking at the building directions on the next step, let me build the thing so that you guys can see it as I put it together. You got that right. That. That attaches right there. And then this whole thing slides in on the other side, right like that. So now this, I think that's, it's not a floppy drive. Is that like normally, I forget what that is on a normal Commodore. I think it might be like serial ports or whatever. No, that must be where the floppy drive is, because I'm not seeing space left for any such thing on this side. On the 64X, we've got the CD drive on this side, and there's space for a 3 1/4 floppy on this side. I, of course, didn't build one in. A lot of people will do card readers, and you gotta kind of mod the boards, or the things just to get to sit flush. I just have a plate in there to allow for airflow that was covering up a 3 1/2 inch bay on another one of my machines. But that's looking nice. Me likey. So it's 16, meaning there's 14 in there. We know that this is 13 wide. Is this stuff going to start fitting together now? This goes upside down. Yep, and we're going to slot this in. Can I... Oh, that's perfect! Oh, dude, look at that! Yeah, because these are 2 wide, leaving 12 in the middle, but there's the 1 extra spot there, like that. And sure enough, we did have to put that vertical to make room for that to go in. Notice as I slide this in here, you can kind of see it in there. But this now, oh, that's not secure. That just, oh. So it's not held in by any posts, but that fits like a glove. Oh, it's satisfying. Okay, there are tears coming to my eye. That is so satisfying. That I did not expect to get emotional in a Lego build when I woke up this morning. But these are the cards that life deals. Okay. Alright, we're going to take another 16 by 1. We're going to put this here, and that is going to hold them in place. Wait, two more times. Whee! I like the number 4. But you notice, these are going to be held but like that, and here we go. Yes. Alright, that is going to be the clip for the recap. Speaking of the recap, I haven't done that in like 2 months. Alright, cool. So this is what we're looking at now. We've got, we have now the size that the Commodore is going to be. I was afraid it was going to be a little smaller, but nope, it's good. Stop trying to expose for darkness. Thank you. Cool, cool. Thanks for the auto exposure there. We're going to do this and cover up that bright spot. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, so we have a sense of the scale of it. Back on our main camera, we see how it's looking right here. Seeing the scale. It's like 1/3 scale. It's a little bit under that. That's much larger than I would have expected. For some reason I was thinking it'd be 1/4 or 1/5. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we put that one piece on there. Now we're going to take these, which are 3 wide. Meaning we're only going to need... Oh no, they are 4 wide, so we only need 4 of them to go all the way across. There we go. Now I think we're just going to construct the keyboard and drop it right in. Okay, so set that aside. Boom. And equal length, boom. Not even going to count the plates because this is the last 2-post height thing that I've got. I've got these. How do they attach? It shows it better when it's flipped, so let's do that. Put it on upside down. This goes under and holds on to 1 and 2. And we've got 4 more pieces. These 2 are going to be next to each other, separated by 1 post. And this one just, whoop, this one just hangs off the edge a little bit so far. But that will drop in still. And that probably sets up the way that they're just going to sit on those 2 posts, which is interesting that it's not more secure than that, but it is what it is. Let's see, we've got a 3 and a 3 with no posts. Like that. And we've got 2 long pieces, no posts, that are framing a 2x1 with 1 post. We're in the home stretch now, boyos. Oh yeah. Now the keyboard goes on. Okay, so we are going to need, it would be nice if it told us exactly how many of these ingots we're going to need. Looks like 12 plus 5, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We've got a spare over there. I think the 2.0 used posts for the keys. Obviously these are oversized for actual keys, but they're going to give the impression of it quite well. The 1.0 might have used these, but they were like this, where you see they're even. The 3.0 version of the Adore offsets them like that. So I'm going to take a moment and make sure that all the things that say Lego are facing the same way. Okay, cool. It doesn't dictate a way for them to go. But, alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to hold that up a bit. So number 1, the offset nature, the ingots themselves look like keys on a keyboard, but it's neat that the little indents kind of help to give that impression as well. Just to round out the keyboard, we've got, they're not angled on the sides, but we've got 1x1 flats. Let's square those up a little. And a big, long, flat one for the space bar. Does that center among... Nope, that goes over a couple. Oh yes, of course it centers on the keyboard part itself. Also not angled on the sides, but now that looks like a keyboard. And over on the right, we've got 3 no-post dark gray ones. And these were the function keys on the original Commodore. On the 64X, they are media and internet keys. Internet, email, files, volume up, volume down, and I guess with some sort of function button hit, they're also play, pause, previous track, next track, stop, and mute. Alright, we flip that back underneath again. And we have these 2 little black pieces, there we go, that are curved. Put them on the inside of those. And then that's it. And then we take this. Those are curved. Oh, and those posts are going to go into where we've left gaps right there. Those are going to simply be some support along the bottom. That's upside down, dumbass. Those are going to be some support along the top. I think. There we go. We now have a Commodore 64 made of Lego. This is the Adore 3.0 edition. My First Computer Adore edition version 3.0. There are other builds in the My First Computer line. They are the IBM PC and the Apple II, of course with their own non-trademark infringing names. And there are plenty of other things as well. So of course the Commodore as a computer did not come with a monitor. So among other things sold in the technology parts of Chris McVeigh's site are televisions. One that has kind of like a Pac-Man game on it. I kind of want to see, when you get the PC, it comes with a monitor with a C prompt, custom C prompt printed on. It also has a custom printed processor chip piece when you're building the motherboard. Yeah, we've got some attachments back here. Oh, something's a little crooked. Let me fix that. Oh yeah, because that's just going in on a single piece. Yep. Fix that. Yep, cool. and these are ports in back where things are going to attach. I will see about maybe getting one of the televisions and seeing about maybe getting just a piece that would be the cable going from the back of the computer out to the monitor. Exposure, it's a thing. So yeah, that is the My First Computer Adore Edition version 3.0 by Chris McVeigh, PowerPig Builds. This was a lot of fun to construct. I guess construction time was about an hour, which is maybe a little slower than the PC, considering that there wasn't a monitor to construct for it. But, gosh, there's like a little bit of a gap at the top of the keyboard. I don't know if that can really be helped. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. You're gonna be looking at it more like this anyway. But that's really cool. And that's going to have a little place of honor right up here. And maybe I'll get some sort of television or monitor or something for it. Maybe see about getting the IBM monitor separate, as complete with the cable, where you're actually like building a cathode ray tube inside of it, and you have this C prompt. That'd be really cool. I'll ask if that's something that I can order separately. I can do that build as well, and it'll be a lot of fun. Guys, thank you so much for watching this build of the Commodore 64 Lego build, the My First Computer Adore Edition Commodore 64 Lego build. Thank you for watching this video. And if you've watched others in the series about the Commodore 64X and the craft room and this kind of loosely connected vlog series that most of it was 2016 and then this came out, then thank you so much for watching those. That entire playlist will be linked below. This will be part of that playlist. You can see more videos over at youtube.com/boaterbug. I typically do Let's Plays of video games, but I'll do other stuff as it interests me as well. I love hearing comments from you guys. Leave it on this video, leave it on any video. You can also drop me a line over at Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.com/boaterbug. And if you really enjoyed the video and you want to see more things like this, you can support me at Patreon.com/boaterbug, or buy me a hot chocolate over at Ko-Fi.com/boaterbug. Everything /boaterbug except Snapchat, because I'm an old. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, and wherever it may be, I will see you next time. Bye guys!